I think, is this is our production planning system. It has the ability to take a strip, a historical strip, and make a forward strip from it, right?
Yep.
Using some analytical methods. And so one of the things I've done is I've added the ability in here. You could take it from manufacturing, sales, or inventory receipts could be the source of your data. So for instance, these guys that are shipping egg products, right? Their suppliers, well, what happens is you could just look at what we received. There's my historical pattern that I'm going to have for receipts. And I'm still going to have with this tool all the ability to modify it, go manual if I want, do what I'd like, right?
Yep.
But you can at least slurp the data in. And then what it will do is this system will end up creating a receipt. Okay, but the receipt will be special such that you'll never actually be able to release the receipt, right? Because you'll end up cutting a PO to the vendor when you get it and receiving it. But I'll tell you, there's a reason we want that, and I'll show you what it is. So here's an item here, and I threw in a ridiculous number of 5,000, right?
And I received that sometime in the past. Is that correct?
No, this is something, the production inventory system for each forward bucket will create a inventory receipt for what it anticipates you will get from the algorithm or from your manual input. And so it'll do that. And then when you go into MRP, and I can show you, MRP works off of allocations, right? Because that's we know where we have our demand, we have our supply. When I go in here and we look at allocations, I'm just doing it this way, getting to the allocation screen because I know this is what I want. When I go in there, that receipts that's created will give us, here it is right here for 5,000. It will give us visibility of that potential receipt, right? Now, these receipts are such that if we go to these receipts, they're such that we will make them indication that if they're created by the production planning system, you will never be able to release them. And what will happen?
So in other words, if I get this right, this computer keyboard item, we have historically received 5,000, say, a month, and our bucket is a monthly bucket versus a weekly bucket or a quarterly, et cetera, correct? So because of the statistics involved, we're going to say all things being equal, we're going to continue to receive 5,000 in the next, say, 6-month period, as an example. So that's this quantity of 5,000. If I wanted to say, oh, business is going to go up 20%, with the math, it would become 6,000 versus 5,000 because I've done 5,000 historically, but I'm upping at 20 points. Correct? Okay, great. All right. So far, so good.
And remember, the good thing is
it's a forecast. I can't release it. Perfect.
You will. It's only a forecast number. You'll never be able to release it.
Got it.
Whenever we receive any product, or we'll make a routine that will run every so often. As soon as this date that you anticipate it to be received is passed, it's deleted. It's out of the system. Your forecast is no longer valid because it becomes reality, right?
Right, exactly.
Or as soon as you do a receipt, for this item, from a purchase order, it will delete any historical values, right?
Sure.
So that we don't have duplicates. As soon as you put in a PO that has a date that's anywhere past this receipt date, it'll delete this receipt, right? So it'll automatically clean up its stuff. And that
so
way
the future is the future, period, right? There is no item in the future that goes to the past. It goes away.
That's right. And so that's how we'll manage to use as much Acumatica functionality as we have out there. And